Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome to AFK News. Today we're going to be talking about the fact that XCOM 2, like a load of things are coming for it, and it's coming out and it's going to be awesome. But they've just released like a load of screenshots from the game. I mean, there's still subject to change, etc. The game isn't ready and finished and etc. Blah, blah, blah. But we can start inferring things about the gameplay from that. So, this is AFK News. We're basically going to go through a load of screenshots and talk about them and talk about XCOM and kind of fanboy a little bit. Not too much. Don't fanboy too much. Or fangirl, it can be dangerous and lead to, like, raised expectations that things can never meet. But let's fanboy and fangirl a little bit. So we're going to go through the screenshots. If that's not your kind of thing, then fair enough. But firstly, customization is pretty good. They did say they were going much heavier on the customization angle in XCOM 2. And so far you can see we've got, like, hat, helmet, arm, leg, torso, face prop, lower face prop, arm pattern, weapon pattern, left arm tattoo, right arm tattoo color, scars, like... That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff for like customization there. We also get like little events popping up that you can like try and get supplies from. You can see that they've definitely got like heavy on the weapon customization. So here we've got like a weapon with an autoloader and a scope. And in fact, you can actually like name your weapons, and you can have like different patterns of camouflage and like different colors. It's getting seriously a little bit crazy and frankly awesome, because now you can like try and grab allies and try and take them out of the battle with you. They aren't just like dead, you can like extract with them. And if they are dead, you can grab their kit and be like, yeah, the gun's really important, sorry about your corpse. And you can basically like try and take that kit with you. So guns that have names may be really important. Maybe you've like researched really heavily into some really awesome gun, and then you're like, quick, I need to get this out of here, and you basically make a run to try and get the gun, and you're like, I need this gun because it's so expensive and I can't build another one. And guns have names, and it's quite a cool idea that each piece of equipment is important as a guerrilla organization running around, which is the premise of XCOM 2. So that's really like, I really like that idea. Like, I dig it. I dig it. What else we got? We got some new projects. You see it says needs an Elerium core and supplies. So we're looking at supplies being a new resource, and Elerium core possibly just an item you can pick up. We can also see here that we've actually got a, I think this is the research lab. It says proving ground, and you've got a choice of projects, and you've got your research, your engineering, your armory, and your command down the bottom. And you can see here that it's got Tom Pinelli, increasing research speed by 100%. So maybe you have like different scientists you can hire who have different effects or something? Because this guy seems to be applying like a plus 100 project speed bonus. So maybe you can have scientists you can get, or maybe there's an event which allows you to get a certain person to help things. Or maybe this is just like the project armory or something. I don't know. This looks kind of interesting. I don't know where they're going to go with that. So let's get straight along to our new scientist. It looks like there's no Dr. Valen, which is a shame and makes me very sad. But you can see up the top there, it does say stuff like power, engineers, scientists, alloys, Elerium, intel. So intel is something you'll be able to like spend to try and get other stuff and maybe gain in certain ways. And you've got supplies. So you know that little S symbol that we always joke stands for like space bucks? It now definitely stands for supplies. So people weren't paying you in like space bucks, they were paying you in supplies, which actually makes more sense considering. So you've got supplies as a resource. You still don't have weapon fragments there, despite weapon fragments being in the game, because you can see that this costs 10 weapon fragments, but weapon fragments aren't listed at the top, which is a little bit weird, and was a little bit weird in XCOM 1. Longwood did have to add that eventually in some regard, I think. But moving straight along, you can see that we've got more customization options and looking awesome. You can see here we've got ability points and stuff, so we've got aim, mobility, health, will, but we also have one called hacking. So hacking is this new thing that you can do to hack different points and accomplish certain objectives, but it's actually like an ability skill, like it's tied into them as a character, which looks really cool. And you've also got some of the soldier abilities. You've got stuff like slash and charge, which allows someone to like run up with their sword and like stab people and slash at people after doing a full dash action. You've got phantom. When the squad is revealed, the soldier remains concealed. So we're looking at the Ranger, this is a Ranger class, being a lot more of a hit and runs of guerrilla fighter stealth character. You've also got Shadow Strike, which is a bonus aim and 25 crit when attacking enemies that can't see you. So we're looking at, you know, that being a pretty important part of the Ranger class. We've also got this lady here who's in charge of the engineering bay, and it looks like, I think someone mentioned her being Shen's daughter, but we'll see. It's a shame there's no Valen, no Shen either, but maybe we've got Shen's daughter to compensate us for that. And you see that it costs supplies to build things like smoke grenades. This is a new globe, which is nice. There's nothing really to learn here massively, but it's a nice globe. And here you can see part of the new map screen. So you can see that we've got things like make contact in Western Europe. It costs 80 supplies. And you've got things like we've got Resistance HQ gain intel in East Africa. And in West Africa, you've got make contact. And you've also got down the bottom this little radar transmitter. So the radar transmitters, by the way that it's like in the middle of Africa, suggests to me that there's going to be one per continent. And if you activate them or take them over, it allows you to spread the resistance further, perhaps. That's what I'm getting the gist of here, but I could be wrong. So you can move the Avenger, the mobile helicarrier base, around the place, and you'll get chased by the aliens. And we also have some new events. So these dark events, basically, you can choose one to foil by the looks of it, and it's got, you know, hunt XCOM. A UFO hunts the Avenger. You've got alloy padding for Advent, so Advent will get basically an armor buff, or you've got a hidden event, which you can spend 25 intel to reveal, and you can choose one to foil by the look of it. So in the previous game, when you would end up being like, you can go to one of these 3 cities, instead it's got you can now foil one of their 3 plans. So, looks interesting. It's nice to think that you're playing defensively here, and again, we've got, you know, this is a specialist, and you've got Battle Medic or Combat Hacker, 2 different trees, although by the look of it, and the soldier abilities, you can see they've actually got Aid Protocol and Hack, so they've got both the tier 1s, so it looks like you have to pick one tier or you get both, or I don't know how that's going to work, but this brings us on to the different class specializations, and here you can see that we have the Guerrilla Tactics School, and we have Liam Hendricks in Ranger Training. So, this implies that there is training to get into the specialisms, so, you know, you've got 4 specialisms that we know of. There are going to be, I think, 1 or 2 more, possibly one of them being a Psi Soldier, but we've got 4 specialisms we know of, and it looks like, if we click onto the next image, that the Ranger takes 10 days, Grenadier takes 10 days, Sharpshooter takes 10 days, Specialist takes 10 days. So when you get recruits, they aren't specialized in any way, and then when they level up, they go, okay, I can get a specialism, and in old XCOM, they pick one randomly. In XCOM 2, it looks like you can pick what class they'll be, which is awesome, because I have had the RNG screw me over in XCOM and be like, you have no snipers. Yeah, that's going to be tough. But the way this looks, it looks like you can just pick what people are going to be. I want you to be this, I want you to be that, but it will take time to level them up, which is cool. You know, that's something that Long War put in, is this whole more time to get people back, people get injured, it takes time. And it looks like they may have to take a leaf out of Long War's book there and try to slow down this process to feel like you've got actual progression taking place over time. At the end of the day, this is our little armory. You can see the guns on the wall, like a grenade launcher and a sniper rifle, etc. That is all we've really got information for XCOM 2 from the new screenshots, but there's some really nice stuff there. I love the amount of customization. The models look sexy, the weapons look really good, and, you know, there's a lot of changes that very much imply that it isn't just XCOM 1 repeated with different, like, stuff on top. It actually looks like the strategy has changed a fair bit to be defensive, and that's what I was a bit worried about. I was worried that XCOM 2 might just go, well, XCOM 1 was successful, let's just knock out XCOM 2, but it does look like a number of things have changed there, and they've definitely improved on several things, you know, customization, etc. So I'm getting more and more hyped about it. I mean, I'm trying to keep the hype down to manageable levels so I don't have, like, unrealistic expectations. But it looks like, you know, I was a bit cautious about it just being an XCOM 1 clone, maybe with a different skin, but they really have, you know, they went with a different, like, thing, like, basically the aliens won in XCOM 1, that's the canon ending, and then they've gone, right, you're on the fence, and they really have ran with it and changed up some of the strategy. It looks like they've really gone with the idea, and it's very flavorful. They've got the whole guerrilla fighting tactics thing, you've got, you know, weapons are personal and customizable, and you have very limited, you know, you've got to get the weapon out if the guy dies because the weapon is valuable. So they're very much focusing on that. You have limited supplies, and I really like that angle. So we'll see how it goes. Still saying, you know, be cautious, don't get overhyped. But I'm a little bit hyped. So if you like this, please like, not subscribe, please consider subscribing. But until next time, and I am looking forward to November so much right now, stay shiny.